What is going on, everybody? I am back today to talk about a new release film that came out on Hulu recently, and I saw the poster for this, and honestly, I just kind of watched it on a whim, and the reason why I watched this is I saw Awkwafina and Sandra Oh were both in this movie, who I really enjoy both of those actors. I think they're both very talented and they're very enjoyable in roles that they've had before, and I really appreciated their performances. And knowing literally nothing about this movie, I hadn't even watched a trailer for it. The movie I'm going to be talking about with you today is Quiz Lady. Quiz Lady is directed by Jessica Elbaum, a brilliant but tightly wound game show obsessed young woman Anne and her estranged train wreck of a sister Jenny must work together to help cover their mother's gambling debts. When Anne's beloved dog is kidnapped, they set out on a wild cross-country trek to get the cash the only way they know how, by turning Anne into a bona fide game show champion. So as I said, I didn't know anything about this movie before I went in to watch it, and I was pleasantly surprised by this. I don't think this is a perfect film by any means. I thought it was really enjoyable, and I thought a lot of that was due to the performances from our two lead actors, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about it today. So at the beginning of the film, we're introduced to Anne and Jenny, played by Awkwafina and Sandra Oh. They're sisters. Sandra Oh is the older sister, and we get flashback sequences to them as kids, and Anne, the younger sister, is constantly watching this quiz show that's very similar to Jeopardy, and Will Ferrell plays the host of the game show. Very Alex Trebek-esque, which works really well because of his time on SNL. We can hear through the background while Anne is watching this all of the issues that her family is going through. Her mother is horrible with gambling, their father leaves really early on, and we jump these time jumps to kind of get an idea of what their dynamic was like. Their mother is not reliable, she loses a ton of money to gambling, and so when we jump forward into the future, we find out that Anne has become an accountant, and her life seems pretty successful. She lives on her own, she still enjoys watching her quiz show, and Jenny's kind of out of the picture. We don't really know what's going on with her, but we know she's kind of flaky and she's in her own world. One day, Anne is contacted by this man who says that her mother owes a ton of gambling money, like $80,000. Her mother has recently ran away from the nursing home with her boyfriend at the nursing home, and he says if she doesn't pay him the $80,000, something horrible is going to happen to her dog. Well, as I said at the beginning of this, we see Anne watching this quiz show, and she is incredibly good at answering quiz questions. She almost never misses an answer. And so through a set of circumstances, Jenny has kind of lost the place that she was living, asks if she can start living with Anne. They live together, and Jenny films Anne on her phone one day, answering all the questions on the quiz show right. She ends up uploading it to the internet. She becomes an overnight sensation. And so because this dog has been stolen and they're asking for $80,000 in money, they decide to try to get Anne onto this quiz show so that she can make enough money to pay off her mother's debt to get her dog back. So this is kind of a road trip movie, a sibling bonding movie. There's a lot going on in it, but what makes the movie work so well is the performances between Awkwafina and Sandra Oh. What I really liked about this movie is kind of the role reversal of these actors. You would think that these actors in a normal set of circumstances would play the opposite character. Awkwafina's character in this movie is very refined and to herself. She likes her routine. She doesn't get out of her routine very often. She's mostly very soft-spoken, and that's very out of character for Awkwafina as an actress, where Sandra Oh plays the very overblown, eccentric, hilarious sister that's always kind of getting into trouble. And so having those two actresses play out of character was really impressive. I liked that element of the film a lot, and I thought it added a layer of depth to the movie that made it really enjoyable to watch, those two performers giving very out of character performances. I really liked Will Ferrell in this movie. His performance was relatively subdued, and I enjoyed that. I like seeing him have fun in movies now. I feel like he's done a lot of crap over the years, and so with the Barbie movie earlier this year, he seemed to be having a great time, and he did a great job in that, and he did a really great job with the material that he was given in this movie, and I like seeing him in movies that he seems to be enjoying himself and having a good time. Jason Schwartzman is ridiculous in this. I appreciated his performance a lot, and what I really liked about this movie is the bonding between the siblings. I think the way that their story is written was really cute, and I liked the way that it played out in the end. I thought there were a lot of natural moments between the characters. Their chemistry between one another felt very authentic to two sisters that kind of butt heads. They live very different lives. They think that the lives that they are living are the best lives they possibly can be living. One thinks they know what's best for the other. That's something that a lot of people have experienced in life with sibling relationships, and I thought the way that it was written was really entertaining. There's some really goofy comedic moments laden throughout that I really appreciated, especially when it comes to the gangsters want the $80,000 from them. I really liked a lot that incorporated their characters. And there is some comedic bits in this that don't work. Some of the pacing in the movie isn't all that great. I feel like there's elements that could be trimmed out or more streamlined to make the film way more effective. But despite those qualms that I have, I still think it's a really entertaining and fun movie. And it's not pushing any new boundaries. It's not uncovering anything we haven't seen before, but it is enjoyable. And I think it sets out to do something and executes what it sets out to do really well. So if you're looking for a movie that has a lot of charm and heart, I think Quiz Lady is definitely worth checking out. So have you seen Quiz Lady? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was really entertaining. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I really enjoyed it a lot. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.